Hi everyone, hope everybody's having a great day today. So this is a late night video because so I have another channel, if you're not aware of it, where I play mostly arcade one-up games and retro games and stuff like that. And I was getting my butt kicked on Mortal Kombat 2 tonight. Oh, that's kind of gross. Oh well, you know that, sorry. Getting my butt kicked on Mortal Kombat 2 tonight, and I decided, you know what, let me take a break. Let's do something else. Let me do a video for my latest kind of passion as far as movies go. So guys, as you can see in the title, this is about 3D movies. When 3D came out, as far as like, I think 2009 kind of marked its return in the theaters with Avatar. But then it started coming out on like the 3D Blu-rays and stuff like that. I couldn't help myself. I bought a few of them. I love them. They're great. I had a 3D TV at the time, a real nice Samsung 3D TV, which unfortunately I don't have anymore. My parents do, but more recently it started losing its picture. So it still works, but it's just, you know, it's got like the black bar across the top. It's kind of not black, but dim. So it's starting to get dim. It's starting to go out. It's a TV from like 2011 or something like that. Somewhere around there. That's when they started doing like the TVs for it, somewhere in that time period. But anyways, guys, like I said, today's video is going to be about just kind of showing you my 3D movie collection, and also just kind of discussing 3D movies along the way. I'm back into it again, so it's a goal of mine to kind of get some kind of setup. My son has a PS4 and a VR, and I've been using that a little bit, but I'm tired of, you know, taking it out to my room, plug it in, and then taking it back to his room and plug it in. So I need to get my own setup like that, or, you know, I've already got a 3D Blu-ray player. If I could find a 3D TV, that'd be great, but they're kind of a dying breed now. They don't really make new ones a whole lot, and they're pretty much, you know, older TVs, so they're starting to go out, which unfortunately is what happened to mine. So anyways, guys, let's get started. I'm just gonna go through them and kind of explain a little bit about where I got them from and stuff like that. I've got most of these here recently. I only had a handful before maybe about a week or so ago. So let me show you guys. First one I have right here, guys, is Rise of the Empire, 300 Rise of the Empire. Great movie. I saw it in the theater. I didn't see it in Blu-ray. I just saw, or no, excuse me, I didn't see it in 3D. I just saw it regular in the theater. But I love that lenticular cover. A lot of these have those lenticular covers, and I love them. I love the way they look. So yeah, there you go. There's that one. There's the back side if you're interested. This one came with, as you saw in the front, it's got the actual 3D Blu-ray, Blu-ray movie, DVD, and digital code. So I picked this one up from, where'd I get this? I think I got this one online. I paid like, most 3D movies are pretty cheap nowadays, guys. They don't make a whole lot of them anymore, so you can get them for fairly cheap. I think this one was like $5 online or something like that. I do a lot of shopping on Mercari, and I do a lot of selling as well. But yeah, I think I got this one for like $5 on Mercari, something like that. Anyways, very nice slipcover, absolutely beautiful, loving it. So we'll put this one off to the side. Next one, guys, I had never seen this movie. I take that back. I did see this movie in the theater. I don't remember much about it. That was the problem. So I did. This is one of the ones I did watch on my son's PSVR. Actually, really good 3D. I was very impressed. I don't think it's like, you know, the best out there, but it was really good. It looked it's really good about 3D is it brings everything forward. You know what I mean? So it kind of gives that depth. This is a real good movie for that. It gives you a lot of depth. You can kind of see the stuff in the background, and it brings everything to the foreground as well. There's a part in this movie where they're on a train, specifically, and like there's a lot of ashes and stuff flying through the air, and it's cool because all the ashes are kind of like in your face. Like you can just kind of see them pouring down. It's really cool. Like I said, I don't think it's one of the best movies that they've got out there in 3D, but it did. I think it was pretty damn good, to be honest with you. It didn't, you know, it really grabbed me. I was really impressed overall, and the movie's pretty cool. You know, I got this one from, where did I get this one from? Again, this one was more recent as well. Probably, I think I ordered this one online also. Again, I think it was like maybe $4. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this one has a lenticular slipcover as well. However, this one, when I bought online, did not have one, which is fine. I prefer it, but if I don't get it, it's not a big deal. What's that? Then we've got this one that was probably one of my very first ones I ever picked up at Hastings a long time ago when this movie first came out. We picked up Alice in Wonderland, the Johnny Depp movie. Beautiful lenticular cover on there. Very nice. It's the back side for that one if you're interested. So yeah, I've had this for many years now. Again, one of the first ones I picked up. I'm pretty sure I watched this one in 3D because since it was one of my first ones, I just don't remember. You know, I need to rewatch it. So, but yeah, great movie. Really enjoyed it. Here is this one I picked up at, you can probably see from the price sticker. Got this one at Game Exchange more recently. It's the Amazing Spider-Man, the first one with Andrew Garfield. Also really cool interior cover. There's the back side for that one. And yeah, like I said, I just picked this up recently. You can see it's $7.99. But Game Exchange has a lot of good deals. So I think with Game Exchange, they do buy two, get one free on the Blu-rays. So I think I picked this with a bundle of 3D movies. Yeah, for $8, that's not bad. It's really not bad. You can get online, but then by the time you pay shipping, everything ends up being that price or more. So, and then of course with that, Amazing Spider-Man 2. This one I picked up maybe a couple months ago, honestly. Even though I don't really buy, I wasn't like in the market for Blu-ray 3D at the time, but I was like, man, this is a really cool cover. I like it. So I went ahead and picked it up, even though I already owned this movie in 4K. I was hoping to give, you know, at some point be able to watch 3D movies again at the time when I picked this up. And yeah, so now I'm actually watching them in 3D whenever I can get my son's system in here. But yeah, I picked this one up at just like a local gaming slash movie store here. It has like collectibles and stuff like that. So Dream Shark is what it's called. I think this was also $8. This one I just picked up recently. This is Avatar. I heard this is actually probably one of the better 3D movies for, you know, for the actual 3D Blu-ray players online, you know, at home, that kind of thing. Now, I did see this movie in the theater back in the day in 2009 in 3D, and of course I was blown away. I know that 3D's been going on since like the 50s or something like that, but still, they kind of had a resurgence like in the mid 2000s. So, but yeah, I've heard this one's really good in 3D on the you know, at home as well. So I don't know if it's the best or not. I really don't know what the best one is out there. I've seen some other videos that say various things, but this certainly was, or to my knowledge, a very cool one. Again, I haven't watched it yet in 3D at home. So I do love that lenticular cover as well. Very beautiful. And again, that one came from Game Exchange. It was a single purchase. I didn't do the buy two get one free with that one. This one came from a local guy who had a few Blu-ray movies, and he also happened to have some 3D Blu-rays as well. Again, just a few days ago, I picked this up, maybe like a week or so ago. I think actually exactly a week ago. But Brave, a great Disney movie. I think you can buy this one also with a lenticular cover as well. This one this either had it on and it got ripped off, or this is just how this one came. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. But Brave, really cool. Again, I haven't seen this one. I have not seen this one in 3D. So one I'll have to watch whenever I get my setup. I'd like to, like I said, get another PS4 for my own room, and I'll have to borrow my son's all the time. So it's just a pain in the butt, like I said, switch them around back and forth. And here is Captain America, Winter Soldier. Nice, really cool. This is one I did pick up a long time ago as well. So back whenever I had a 3D TV that was working really well, I still bought like the, you know, they didn't have the 4Ks back then. So I was still buying the top of the line packaging, but with Blu-ray and Blu-ray 3D and all that stuff. But that didn't necessarily mean I was going to watch it in 3D. That just means if I decided to watch it in 3D, I had that option because I had the TV. So back then I was, if the highest option I would select, minus any kind of boutique versions of them online and stuff like that. But the highest option in like Best Buy and just like your regular retail stores, I would always get that one. And this is a good example of that right here. Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray, and digital HD. Now here's another one I just got, and more recently I actually found this at a thrift store. It's a promotional version of this movie, as you see, promotional use only. I've only seen the very first Chronicles of Narnia years ago, so I have not even seen this movie at all, much less obviously 3D, so that'll be when I'll watch at some point. I think this is the third movie though, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know which ones are which, but yeah. Anyways, I found this one at a thrift store. I think it was like $3, so I was like, why not? It's 3D, it's cheap, it's something I wouldn't mind watching at some point. So if you're interested, there's the back side of that one as well. But yeah, pretty cool to find the promotional ones that are, not for sale really, just promotional use only, they say. This one I got from a local guy here. I think it was $5. He sold me a few of them for $5, and I'll probably mention a few others as we pass through here. Looks like just a documentary style movie, but they say that a lot of people say online that 3D works really well, like in the water, like the water movies or water documentaries and stuff like that. So I can't wait to check this out. Next we have Dread. So this one I got a long time ago when the movie first came out on Blu-ray, and it just so happened that the way they were selling this in the stores was all on one disc, a Blu-ray and the 3D Blu-ray as well. So it's pretty cool, and I love Dread. I thought that was a great movie. I still wish they'd make a sequel with Carl Urban reprising his role, but unfortunately that hasn't panned out yet. So I'm not sure if it's going to or not, but great movie. I think they did a great job with that. A lot of great fun and action. Exodus is another movie I bought from $5 from that guy I was telling you about a while ago. Just a local guy who had some 3D movies. Have not ever seen this movie. I do like Christian Bale, so it'd be fun to watch it at some point. And you know, I'm holding out watching a lot of these movies until I can get my 3D setup more permanent in my room here. So I'm saving up for a PS4 right now. Or if any of you guys have any suggestions out there for another option, you know, a cheaper option. Again, TVs are hard to come by, but they're out there. I know that. I don't know. I really don't know the actual stability of getting a 3D TV in this day and age. If it's gonna last me a long time or not, or if it's gonna start doing what my TV did and start going out on me. So, but as of right now, I think my best option really is to get a PS4 with a VR headset. Unfortunately, that means I'm the only one that can watch the movie at a time. You can't have multiple people watching it, so that's the unfortunate part of it. So, anyways, Exodus right there. I've heard not that great about the movie, but I still am curious about it in 3D. Speaking of not hearing good things about it, I've not heard good things about this movie at all. Gamer, but there is the 3D version of it. Again, from that same gentleman that sold me some of these other ones for $5 each. Yeah, I've heard this movie is not great, but I will give it a chance. I will definitely watch it in 3D, see what it's about. Picked this one up a while back. Again, back when I was buying some of the more higher end ones, regardless if I was gonna watch them in 3D or not. I picked up this G.I. Joe, the sequel. Was it Retaliation? Yeah, Retaliation is a really nice steelbook. I think it was through Best Buy, but at this point I honestly can't remember if it's a Best Buy exclusive or not. So, but yeah, I was like, hell yeah, I'll go ahead and pick it up. Real nice. It's a real nice steelbook anyways. And then like I said, that 3D feature is something I plan on. I don't think I've watched it in 3D, but it's definitely something I will do. This one, guys, Glee is not really necessarily something that I would say I'll probably watch a lot of, but I will still check it out because it's a 3D movie and it was fairly cheap, only $6. It's probably one of my free ones out of the buy two get one frees I did at Game Exchange. So there's that one. But Glee in 3D, we'll check it out at some point. No worries. I've heard this one is really good in 3D, Gravity. And I did like the movie. I have seen the movie. Again, I picked this one up just as the highest edition was available at the time. And I have seen it, I know I haven't seen it in 3D, but I have seen just the regular Blu-ray and it was really good. I enjoyed it. But I'm curious as to how the 3D is because I've been hearing pretty good things about the 3D part of it, the 3D aspect. So we'll definitely watch that one in 3D. Guardians of the Galaxy. This is a funny story, guys. So they have some Guardians of the Galaxy at my store, at my local Game Exchange, just the regular case. So I was like, think about getting it. So I put it down on my list of ones to get eventually. But then I went home and I was like, you know what? Let me check my Blu-ray Steelbook. And sure enough, this Steelbook, since it was the top of the line at the time, has a 3D Blu-ray as well. So I think it's 3D Blu-ray, Blu-ray, and DVD. I'm not sure on the DVD, but it's definitely got 3D, regular Blu-ray, and digital. So I'm not 100% positive, like I said, with the DVD, but pretty cool. I liked it. And it worked out great in my favor that I didn't know I already owned it in 3D. So there's no point me buying the standard edition. I already have the Steelbook. This is another one I picked up as part of the buy two get one free at Game Exchange. Never seen this movie, but I at one point I did want to see it. So now I'll just take my time and wait for it till I get my 3D set up and watch it then. Gulliver's Travels. And I love Jack Black, so I think that'll be a fun watch when I get that set up. Had so great on that. Me and my wife saw this in the theater out of town in the San Antonio area, and we liked the movie. It was really good. We were pretty impressed. So it's another one that I was kind of waiting for. I bought this recently, as you see. Again, it has another Game Exchange sticker on it, part of the buy two get one free. And yeah, I was waiting. They had one left of this one in 3D, and I went ahead and picked it up. I liked the movie. It was a lot of fun, and so did my wife. So we'll probably both check this one out in 3D, however we get it to work. But good movie, good movie. All right, that's stack 1 of 4. So next Next, I picked both of these up at, I'll go show them with you at the same time. These are both the Hobbit, two of the Hobbit movies, two of the three Hobbit movies. And they didn't have the third one in 3D, so I went ahead and just got these two. But the cool thing is they both had their lenticular covers still. I'm not sure if you can make that out on the camera, but they had the really nice, slick lenticular covers. Again, buy two, get one free with these at Game Exchange. I need to get the third one now, but these were both really cool. I really do. I like the Hobbit movies. They're pretty good. I think I like Lord of the Rings better, but the Hobbit movies are actually pretty awesome. So put those right here. This one was also from that gentleman that was selling to $5 each. And again, I still need to buy some more from him. He has more, so at some point I'll make my way over there and you know, to him and pick up a few more movies. But Hotel Transylvania in 3D. We never actually owned a physical copy of this movie until now. We used to have it. We have it on Amazon Prime, which is like a digital copy, which is fine. That's all we needed. But now since I'm into this 3D kick, I wanted to go ahead and pick up a 3D version of it as well. And it also has that lenticular cover, if you can make it out with the camera here. Sorry about that glare coming off the light too. But yeah, my whole family loves that movie. All three of the, I think there's 4 of them now that came out, so they like all of them. I Frankenstein. I haven't heard much about this movie at all, good or bad, so I really don't know how it is. As you can see, I picked that one up from Game Exchange. I watched the trailer, and I remember the trailer from back in the day. It doesn't look that great to me, unfortunately. I mean, it might be good. I have no idea, but I'll check it out. I'll check it out in 3D, and we'll see. We'll go from there. Oh, there's the backside if you guys are interested. But I think this is one of those that has, yeah, it even says it kind of Blu-ray 3D and 2D. It has, I think, a 1 disc that has 2D and 3D on it. Ice Age, I just picked this one up a few days ago from Game Exchange, $5. Couldn't help myself. My son loves the Ice Age movies, so, and he's the one that has his own VR, so maybe he might enjoy watching that at some point. Either way, if not, I will. I haven't seen the Ice Ages, but they look like they're pretty good, fun movies. Insurgent. Don't know much about these movies. I think there's a couple of them that came out. Don't know much about them. I don't know which part of the series this one is. If it's the first movie or what, I really do not know. But, you know, I'll check it out at some point. Again, not too bad. Most of these were fairly cheap as far as Game Exchange goes. These 3D movies weren't too bad at all. My mother-in-law got this one for me a long time ago, just as a, I think it was a Christmas gift or a birthday gift. As you can see, it still has the Hastings sticker on there for $44 when these things were brand new. Isn't that crazy? You can get most of them for fairly cheap online. Like I said, Mercari or eBay. I use Mercari a lot, but you can get them for pretty cheap. Most of these movies nowadays, shoot, $10 or less, with a few exceptions. There's a few of them that are more, but most of them in 3D, you can get them for a really good cheap price. But yeah, I love the Iron Man movies, and it was cool to, she picked this one up for me back then. But yeah, this was like the top of the line when it first came out. As you see, it's so expensive for a movie. Even 4K movies, most of the time when they're released now, aren't that price. Unless you're getting like the higher end ones or something. So this is pretty cool. I found this one at, it shows a Hastings sticker in the back, but it's actually from a Game Exchange. There's the Game Exchange sticker over the Hastings sticker. Again, one of the ones I picked up recently for $8, and it has the lenticular cover on it still. Have not seen this movie. I've seen parts of it, but never the whole thing. So I'm kind of excited to check this movie out as well. Haven't heard much about the 3D for it. Now this one I can vouch for on the 3D, Jurassic Park, the original one. I had a lot of fun watching this movie in 3D. This is also one of the first ones I watched like that on my old Samsung TV, and I thought it was great. It looked beautiful, made everything pop out. The dinosaurs popped out. The T-Rex, it looked like it was gonna bite you. I mean, it really worked well for this movie. I'm glad that they made a version of this that was a 3D version. And as you can see, it was at Best Buy when I picked it up a few years ago. And there's the backside. But yeah, great movie. I enjoyed it in 3D. I don't know if it's one of the best or not, but it's still, I thought it looked really good. That one, and then on top of that, this is another one that my mother-in-law got for me, Jurassic World in 3D. And that one also, she got for me, again, for like a birthday or Christmas present at some point. I want to say birthday, but I'm not 100% sure of that. And I have seen this one in 3D, and again, it looked really good as well. I'd say probably just as good as the original Jurassic Park, if not a little bit better. And of course, this one has really, really nice lenticular covers as well. So, really cool. Have not seen this movie, haven't heard necessarily a great deal of good things about it, but they got this one also from that gentleman that was selling it for $5 a piece, Hercules 3D. So we'll check it out and see if we like it. Man of Steel. This is another one I picked up back in the day when it first came out. Again, when I was at Best Buy, I would buy the highest end model, and that's what I got. So I don't know if I ever actually watched this 3D movie, but I did get it, and sooner or later I will watch it. So once I get my PS, I think it's when we go with a PS4 setup of my own. Martian. I found this one, and we were in a really neat store in the Dallas area that sold a lot of books and movies, and a really cool place. Honestly, they had a few of them in here that I'll show you where I got these from. But maybe it's just 2. I can't remember exactly, 2 or 3. But The Martian, I already had this in 4K, but it was pretty cheap. I think it was like $5. So I went ahead and picked it up because I would like to see what it's like in 3D. And I heard it's actually pretty good in 3D. So we'll check it out. Here's the backside. I know I haven't shown you guys all the back sides of these. If you're interested or not, I'm not sure, but I like to at least try my best to show as many as I can. Next, we've got this one. This is my favorite Men in Black movie, guys. I love the third one. While they're all 3 pretty good, I think the third one kind of to me, is the best. So there you go. This is another one we got when it first came out at Best Buy. See, it still has the sticker right there, and it has the lenticular cover, which is pretty cool. There's the back side, but the movie itself is great. I don't remember if I watched the 3D version of this one yet, so that will happen, but I don't know if I've ever done it. I know I got this movie when I still had my 3D TV. But again, I didn't always watch them in 3D at the time. Next we have, surprisingly, a very cheap one, but I enjoyed it. I don't know, I've seen the original My Bloody Valentine, and just recently I saw this one. But I didn't watch it in 3D. I think it's one of those discs that has both on one disc. And I watched it, I watched it before I decided I'm gonna get a 3D player, or before I set up my sons here in my room. So I just watched the regular 2D version, and I actually enjoyed it pretty good. I thought it was a great movie. So I will go back and watch it again in 3D. Wasn't bad at all. The next one I would love to see, I think I've seen this one in the theater when it first came out, but never in 3D. So this also came from that gentleman. That and My Bloody Valentine also came from that guy. It was selling for $5 a piece, so I picked up a few of them from him. Very curious as to how this looks in 3D and if it makes it really creepy or not. Run out of space here, pardon me. All right, this one, guys, right here, this one is like perfect almost. The packaging is flawless. It hasn't even been opened. It's still sealed. It's got that great lenticular cover. I picked this up off Mercari just this last week for $3. And like I said, it's brand new, sealed, hasn't been opened. So I'm very impressed. I'm super excited I got this for this price. I love this movie. I'm debating about even opening this one up because it's so perfect, but I know my local game exchange has one for like $5 or something, or $7. So me being the way that I am, wasted money apparently, I might just pick up the other ones just for watching and just leave this one sealed just because it's so perfect. I mean, it looks very nice, very clean, with just maybe minor defects in the packaging, but for the most part, it looks great. I'm hesitant to opening something that looks so good. This one I picked up back in the day at Best Buy, the day it came out. I already had Predator, I think, on regular Blu-ray, and I've also got it on 4K now, but I had this before that. Got the Predator 3D, really cool cover. It shines very well. You see how it shows like the Predator vision whenever you turn it certain ways. Really cool. There's the back side, and it does. I have seen this one in 3D, and it looks really good in 3D. I'm actually very impressed with this one. It did come out very well. Priest. This is also one I picked up from that store out in Dallas. Again, I think it was like $5. So I was like, sure, why not? I did also at the time, I did go ahead and watch it without the 3D version, and the movie is pretty good. I was impressed. I didn't know what to expect, and I don't think it's like, anything game changing or anything like that, but the movie it held up. It's pretty good. It was a pretty neat little story. I enjoyed it. So yeah, so whenever I do get my final setup for my 3D, I will check it out in 3D at that point. I found this one, I think, like a pawn shop a few years ago. Resident Evil Retribution. I don't know that I've actually watched this one in 3D. Maybe I have. I'm not 100% positive. But anyways, I do own the 4K set of these as well. But I will check this one out in 3D. Another one, just like that Guardians of the Galaxy I told you about. So I didn't realize that they did a Rogue One, Star Wars Rogue One in 3D. And when this movie first came out, I bought it just like this. I bought the steelbook. You know, I think it was a Best Buy exclusive. I can't 100% remember, but I bought the steelbook, and lo and behold, I did not realize it, but it does have the 3D disc with it. So I saw that you know, that was available, like just another version of it. And so I was like, you know what? Let me check my actual steelbook, and sure enough, it's got has all the bells and whistles. It has the Blu-ray, I think the DVD, and of course the 3D Blu-ray. So I will certainly watch that one. I don't think I've ever seen that one in 3D. Found this at a pawn shop about a week ago, brand new, sealed, $2. I went ahead and jumped on it. So, you know, my daughter loves SpongeBob. Actually, my wife loves SpongeBob as well. I like him. It's pretty cool. So I'll probably watch this at some point as well, you know, on top of that. So Star Trek Beyond. It's funny, I got this one in 3D from that guy who was selling for $5 a piece. I had just bought in this movie Blu-ray for $2 at another thrift store, but not the 3D version of it. So I was like, oh man. So now I have the regular version I'll probably end up selling, and then of course I'll keep this one and watch it at some point. There's the backside of this one, by the way. I do like the modern Star Treks, they're pretty good. And speaking of that, this is one of the ones I got back you know, when it first came out, the Into Darkness with Benedict Cumberbatch in it as Khan. It's pretty cool. I really love the lenticular of this one. But yeah, same way. I saw the movie in the theater, and I wanted to get the high-end one when it came out, and that's what it was, the Blu-ray 3D. Very awesome. Okay, this one was another one I found at a thrift store for like $2 or $3. I said, why not? I'm not sure I'll ever really get any big enjoyment out of it, but I will at least put it in the 3D setup and watch it. I'll give it a chance at least. So again, thrift store purchases, I can't really go wrong with those. Since you think about these Blu-ray 3D, these 3D Blu-rays, when they all first came out, they were all like $20, $30, in some cases $40. So for me to find them for $2 or $3, for me that's a steal. Even $5 or $10, not bad. So here's the first Thor. Got this as you can see at Game Exchange. This one was a little bit more. It's $10. I think most of the Marvel ones are a little bit more. But yeah, it's one I'll definitely watch again. I don't think I've ever seen this one in 3D. I've definitely seen the Thor movie many times, but 3D wise, I don't think so. This is kind of a funny story. So I already had this one. Again, same thing, just like a while ago with the Star Wars and with the Guardians of the Galaxy. So what happened though is I picked this one up at Game Exchange for $10, and it's got the 3D Blu-ray and all that good stuff with it. And then later, a little bit later on, like a couple days later, I was like, you know what? Let me check my collection, because I knew I already had this movie, and sure enough, this one has the 3D in it as well. So not a big deal. I mean, I'll keep both just because technically they're different, but the disc inside are the same. So yeah, not that big of a deal. I'm kind of a hoarder when it comes to stuff like that. I don't know why the table wants to move. Okay, Three Musketeers, another one that I picked up from that gentleman for $5. Have not seen this movie. I don't think it did very well. I honestly do not remember, but I'll check it out. I'll check it out in 3D, see what we got there. Okay, last stack, guys. So we're towards the end. Titanic. I've heard that's actually really good in 3D. I heard there's some really good parts that stand out in 3D. So this is one of, as you can see, I picked up a Game Exchange for like $8, and everything in it was perfect. So heck yeah, I'll check it out. I think it's a good movie. I like it. So I'll watch it in 3D and see if if it lives up to the hype as well. Tron. This is also that same time I got that Step Up 3D movie. I got this one as well. They're both in the same at the same thrift store. So picked up Tron Legacy 3D, although I've heard it's not the greatest in 3D. I heard it's okay, but not really great necessarily. So I'll definitely check it out though. Underworld. I love this cover. Again, I'm not sure if you guys can actually see it truly, but it's got a very nice lenticular cover. And I already had this Underworld set in 4K, but I bought this one before then. So I got this one before I'd already had it in 4K. And just because it was pretty cheap at Best Buy at the time. I think it was like $10, I think it was on sale. So there's Underworld. And I like the movies, they're pretty good. I'm not saying they're like amazing, but they're pretty fun. I do enjoy playing or watching them. I'll definitely check that one out. The Walk. I actually heard this movie is good in 3D. I've never seen this movie at all, so it'll be fun to watch this one in 3D and see what it's all about. But some of the reviewers, some of the people out there look at some of these 3D movies, said that's a really good movie. And so some of them actually said the only way to watch it really is in 3D. So I was like, okay, I'll check it out. This is the true story of the gentleman who walked across the Twin Towers on a tightrope, which is insane to think of. I mean, one mistake and you're dead, right? So yeah, that's crazy. That's not for me. I don't want to try that. Nothing like that. So but yeah, we'll check that one out. And yeah, like I said, again, I'm not sure if I mentioned it or not, but this is the guy was selling for, no, I bought this one from the guy that sold me that other one, what was it? The Brave. Brave, the Disney movie Brave. He also sold me this one. And he's got another one. He's got a movie called Texas Chainsaw 3D that I want to pick up, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to anytime soon. Walking with Dinosaurs is another pickup at Game Exchange. Start to see a pattern, guys. Most of these are from Game Exchange. The great thing about buying them from Game Exchange is you get them, first of all, if you have one at your local area where you're at, it's better to get them from there as long as because you can look at them and see if they're scratched up or not. And if they look good, it's easier just to buy them there instead of ordering them online. I mean, you're going to save about $3 or $4 on shipping alone. So even if this movie was like, let's say $5 from somebody on Mercari, I'd rather just pay the $8 here local because it's generally going to, after tax and everything, it's generally going to end up being over $8 anyways. So what the heck, And plus, it's like right there in front of me. So instead of having to wait in the mail and hope I get one, hope I get exactly what I ordered, Anyways, I heard this is pretty fun. I heard it's actually a lot of fun to watch. Again, one of those things I've heard people say the only way to really watch it is in 3D. It's the best way. So I will definitely check this out soon. I bought this when it first came out. I already have the 4K version of this movie as well. This movie came out before the 4K version, and it's literally Wizard of Oz in 3D, and it looks great. I've seen this one in 3D. I thought it looked pretty damn good. Yeah, and it's got a great lenticular cover as well. You guys can see it, make it out. There's the back side. But yeah, when this came out, I was pretty impressed with it. Another one I picked up from the stores back in the day was Wolverine. And it was honestly, it's not one of the strongest of the Wolverine movies of the style, the X-Men movies, stuff like that. It's not one of the strongest ones, but it's okay. I enjoyed it. I still enjoyed the movie overall. But I don't think I ever watched this one in 3D, so I'll have to check that out at some point. I haven't heard much about the 3D on it, so I don't know if it's good or bad, but I'll watch it at some point like that. So this one I just put, so we have some movies that my parents are borrowing, and I was like, oh, what do they have over there? And I forgot that I had my 3D World War Z over there, so I picked this one back up from them. Now it came in an extra case, so this was a Target exclusive because it had a black case with it and a booklet. I still have the black case, I just have it stored away right now. But yeah, most retailers had it just like this, but the Target exclusive had a little bit more. Again, a black package with Brad Pitt on the front and a little like art booklet and stuff like that with it. So it's pretty cool. But I decided, well, I put this one. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I put all these in little baggies just to kind of help protect them a little bit. And if you put the black case and the art book with it, it does not fit in the baggies. So I just stored that away and just put it in here just like this. So, but I do have all the other parts to it. And I think I've watched that one in 3D and really enjoyed it. Here's the other movie I got from Dallas. At that store I was telling you about where I got Priest and I got The Martian. I also got this Wrath of the Titans in 3D. I did enjoy the first one, Clash of the Titans. This one was okay. I remember seeing it in the theater and thinking it's just, it's okay. I like the first one better. And I even like the original one from the 80s the best out of the three. But anyways, got this for $5. Thought it was a good deal. It's got the lenticular cover. Can't go wrong with that. And again, I'll, at some point I'll watch it on 3D. So again, guys, just to summarize, that's my entire 3D Blu-ray collection. Most of those I got, honestly, guys, within just the last couple weeks. I probably had maybe 15 or 20, and now I've got like, maybe, I don't know, 60 almost, probably. However many I just went through right here in the video. And I've got one more coming in. I had a copy of Wreck-It Ralph 3D, but I tried it the other day, and it's damaged. The 3D disc is not working properly, neither is the Blu-ray. My toddler got a hold of it years ago, so it's messed it up. So I ordered one online, again, all the disc in supposedly great condition, $6. So yeah, it just goes to show you can find most of them are pretty cheap. And it has the lenticular cover and everything still too. So can't wait to get that one in. I'll probably get that on Tuesday or Wednesday. Other than that, guys, if you stuck with me this long, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. Give me a like if you don't mind. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I just do a lot of this stuff right here on this channel. I've got my other channel about video games, mostly retro gaming, but this channel is primarily designed for, you know, movies and some collectibles, stuff like that. So again, guys, if you have any suggestions about another way I can watch 3D movies fairly cheap, let me know. I know I check thrift stores all the time to see if I can find a 3D TV. I haven't had any luck yet. So I'm thinking I'll probably end up just getting a PS4 and a VR headset like my son has in his room, so I could just watch these out in my little nerd cave out here. But if you guys know of a better way, please let me know. I appreciate it. Anyways, guys, have a great rest of your day, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for staying with me. Bye-bye.